Hey everyone, I'm Buzz and I'm at the Islanders versus Armada hockey game, round 3, game 6, and you're watching Post to Post.
Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. And I'm back. I took a little break over the weekend. It was my birthday weekend. I just kind of relaxed. I didn't do a lot of filming. Last time I filmed a Post video was, I think, five-ish days ago or something like that. So starting to get back into the trend now. I do apologize for a little bit of a break, but just something that I needed mentally just to kind of relax and stuff. And last week was just a crazy week in general. I had prepared to do that weekend in Halifax. Had to do my taxes. Yeah, I know, I'm one of those people last minute. Just a bunch of other stuff. I had to renew the registration for my truck, and I had to apply for a government job. Just all kinds of stuff. So last week was extremely busy. And as far as hockey goes, I have a little bit to talk about in this video. I have some notes here, and I have some non-hockey related things. I guess I'll start with the podcast. So today's Tuesday as I'm filming this. Sunday, we usually film our podcast, release it Sunday night. I wasn't even back on Prince Edward Island until 9 p.m. Sunday night. So there's definitely not a chance for me to film that. And it was also my birthday on Sunday, and the last thing I'd want to do is just to sit and, not that I don't want to talk about hockey on my birthday, but I don't want to, sometimes the podcast feels like a chore, and the last thing I want to do is a chore on my birthday. So I just wanted to relax. Basically, that's it. So the podcast will be back next weekend as usual. The next thing on my list is a little bit of hockey still, and that's Great Britain. Had a pretty important past week, and they're playing in the Division 1A championships, and they started those championships as the bottom seed, and they actually won gold in that, and that's pretty huge for two reasons. Number one, hockey is really growing in Great Britain, and that's tremendous to see. The EIHL is so popular. We have people who watch this channel who are from that area and who are fans of the EIHL, and I got a ton of messages because the Great Britain won gold, and it was just a pretty great thing for that area of the world in the hockey community. The other thing is that because they won gold, that means that they get to play in the World Championships next year in Slovakia, I believe they are. And that's important because they're going to be playing teams like Canada, United States, Russia, Finland, Sweden, all the powerhouses when it comes to hockey. So a few people have said, I can't wait until we get to play Canada and get swept. But it's going to be interesting. It's huge news for Great Britain, and I'm very happy that they were able to win gold. And I know that there's a lot of very happy people in Great Britain as well. The next thing on my list is the Charlottetown Islanders. Now, for anyone watching who doesn't know where I live in Stratford, technically, which is just across the river from Charlottetown. I usually say I live in Charlottetown, even though I technically don't. But the Charlottetown Islanders, who play in the QMJHL, are in the playoffs, and I think most people would have thought they would have gone out in the first round, including myself. They actually made it past the first round, and they made it past the second round, and now they're into the third round, and they're playing the best team in the league, the Armada. And they have gotten it to 7 games. They won Game 6 in overtime a couple of days ago. Game 7 is tonight. I believe you can watch the game for free on the Q website. I'm not exactly sure what the address is. It's probably just qmjhl.com or something like that, or .ca. I believe you can watch it for free. So if you have any interest in watching a Game 7, it's going to be fantastic hockey. I can compare Charlottetown Islanders to the Ottawa Senators of last year's playoffs. It's a team that doesn't have like a ton of superstars, but they play such a structured game, and they give 110% every shift. They're winning and battling just on sheer determination alone. I've had the pleasure of watching them a couple times this season. They've lost every game I think they've lost every single game that I've ever watched of the Charlottetown Islanders over the past 4 or 5 years or whatever. But in those 2 games that I watched this year, I got to see Filip Zadina, and that was a real treat considering the draft that's coming up and where he's slotted to go. And the other game, I watched them play the Armada, and that game they lost, but not by a lot. They lost that game, but it was very close to how this series has gone for them. They were outplayed skill-wise, but kept in the game because of their effort level and structure. So I am going to be watching probably a little bit of this game tonight, but there's also NHL playoff hockey on tonight that I'm going to be watching too, so I'm going to be watching quite a bit of hockey. While I was in Halifax, I did a couple of interesting things that I thought I'd share. One is I went to Pro Hockey Life, and if you don't know what Pro Hockey Life is, it's the biggest hockey store in Canada. They have a website with a ton of stuff. I don't think they ship to the United States. If you're watching this from the States, I don't think they ship to the United States, but they might. You can check it out. If they do, they would probably charge a fee or something. But they've got a ton of hockey merchandise. I did get a jersey. You can probably see it there. I'm wearing my favorite jersey. And I know a lot of people disagree with the fact that I like this logo and I like this jersey, but it's all about personal preference. This is my favorite dark jersey. This is my favorite white jersey, and I don't really like white jerseys that much. Not all, but most of the jerseys I have in my collection are dark. I just prefer the colors. All white jerseys, like if I had a white jersey from every team, it would just, I don't know, it would just look too uniform. Everything's just white. I like the different colors from all the teams. I'm looking up there because that's where they're hanging. But this is my favorite white jersey, and ironically, they come from the same team. So you can see the similar logos there and this one to this. I love the state of Colorado. I love the Colorado state flag, which is here on this jersey. I like this logo. It's simple. I know a lot of people hate it, but I like it. And this is my favorite white jersey. I believe this was a Stadium Series jersey. I can't remember exactly what series that was that they played. I think they played Minnesota in that game. I can't remember exactly, but I love this jersey, and I was so happy that I could find it in the clearance section in my size. It was made to be. It doesn't have a name or number on it. Not a big deal. I can get those put on in the future, but super excited to have that jersey finally in my collection. So now I have my favorite white jersey, my favorite dark jersey. All is well in the world. If I did take some video in Pro Hockey Life, so if you guys want to see what the store looks like, I'm going to be posting that video on Patreon. So anyone watching who is contributing on Patreon currently, you're going to be able to see the store and what it looks like. I know probably almost all of the Patreon members live outside of Canada and don't have the ability to go to a Pro Hockey Life. So I'm thinking that's a video that people are going to enjoy. It's not a long video, just a quick little kind of walk around video. And if you're not contributing on Patreon, you can contribute for as little as $1. It's just kind of like a tip. Like, hey, I kind of like what you do. Here's a tip. Just $1. I think everyone has $1 a month. So if you're interested in seeing that video, you can head on down to the description, hit the Patreon link, and contribute on there. And that helps us grow as well. The last thing on my list, or second last thing on my list, is the NHL draft. I probably could make a separate video based on this with the GOAT beside me. But I guess I'll just give my thoughts now. Montreal was slated to pick 4th. They're my favorite team. They went up to 3rd. Everybody thought that I was going to be like super crazy excited, and I am excited. And it's, you know, you jump up one spot. That's pretty cool. You're in the top 3, which is even cooler. I felt like the top 4, maybe top 5, but top 4 for sure were all pretty strong. So I was really comfortable and really happy picking 4th. I believe Tkachuk was slated to go 4th based on the rankings, I guess. Zadina was 3rd, and everyone knows 1 and 2. Does Montreal need Dahlin? Yep. Does Montreal need Zadina? Yep. If you don't know who Zadina is, he's a very talented goal scorer, a very talented offensive player, very fast. He's not real big, but he's fast. He's talented, and that's literally exactly what Montreal needs. They really need a centerman who can play physical and stuff. That's not Zadina, but he can score. He can put the puck in the net. He can make plays. He's very, very talented. So fingers crossed that Montreal does pick Zadina. And if they decide to pick Tkachuk, I'd be okay with that too. I'm sure he's going to be a great player. And the last thing on my list is I'm going to be filming another video after this. It's going to be about the games that were on last night. Toronto, Tampa, not Colorado. I'm wearing Colorado. San Jose and Vegas. I did watch the majority of the San Jose game and half of the Boston game. So I'm going to talk a little bit about those games, kind of like a little bit of a game review. It's not going to be a long video, but I definitely want to talk about them. So I'm going to film that next. And yeah, hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you're watching lots of hockey. If you can subscribe if you're new, that would be awesome. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.